Somebody lay their hand on you, you pick up something and you lay them out. He said, man or woman. Even if it's a woman, lay her out.
All right.
Like, hit a woman? It's like, yes.
He was about equality before equality was cool.
Yeah.
This city doesn't hand out respect. It watches. It waits. Then, when you've proven it, it remembers your name. And once it does, you don't need to talk loud. You just take your seat back here and tell the truth.
Thank you. Nice.
All right, let me ask you a question.
Yes, go ahead.
Have you eaten lunch?
No, I have not.
All right. Do you have a favorite spot?
You like Five Guys?
I love Five Guys.
Let's do it.
All right. We're going to go to one a little bit of a ways away, though, to give us some time.
Okay.
All right, cool?
That's cool.
All right, so let's just start off with like a basic intro. You own a insurance brokerage agency, right? P&C?
Yes, on a insurance brokerage, independent agency P&C with Goosehead Insurance.
Goosehead. Now, I never heard of that. That's
started out of Dallas, Texas. Where did the name Goosehead come from? I think the story is there was the owner or founder, you say, I guess had a granddaughter or something he called Lucy Goosey.
Oh, awesome.
And so got the company started and just called it Goosehead from that point. But the other thing as well, too, is, which is kind of interesting, is if you look at geese, right, of course, they fly in the V formation. And why do they do that? It's to assist one another in the flight path. So one of the taglines for Goosehead is go farther, faster together.
I like that.
So, yeah. But I was looking at the Goosehead as well, and I was thinking, this is the same pattern as an orca.
Really?
I mean, when the whole black and white, you think about the orca and the panda. I was like, a goose?
That's interesting.
So you got a bird, a fish, basically.
Yeah, basically. I know it's a mammal, but
and a bear.
It's a fish and a bear, yeah.
So
and nature has used similar colorations and things on all of them to help them in nature, right?
Right. But so the goose is fly farther, faster together. I love it. Have my 5th year coming up in May.
Oh, okay. So this is a recent endeavor.
Yeah, it's recent
okay.
endeavor. So this was when I was talking about, if not now, when? At what age, at what point in your life are you gonna just like bet on yourself?
Yes. Okay, so were you a W-2 employee before?
W-2 all the way.
Oh, dude, this is going to be an awesome conversation.
W-2, but I've been in the insurance industry for over 20 years.
Yeah, so you learned it. You learned in other places,
right?
Other people, right? And I think that's important.
Yeah,
that's not bad to do.
No,
right? And so, how old were you?
45.
45.
I ended my training class with Goosehead on my 45th birthday.
No way.
The last day of training to get onboarded and up and running, before they send you out into the wild, was on my 45th birthday.
That is awesome.
Yeah.
That is super cool. Now, and up until this point, had you always worked for somebody else your whole life?
Yes.
Well, you're a former Marine. No former Marines.
Marines. Always a Marine. Once a Marine, always a Marine. Yeah.
Hoorah.
Yeah. So I was a Marine.
Okay.
Went to boot camp, all that out of high school. Enlisted.
Okay. That's good.
Reserves
I'm not
primarily.
an officer of this car, so it's good you're enlisted.
I was in the reserves primarily just because I wanted to go to the Marine Corps. Mom wanted me to go to college. It was kind of the best of both worlds.
Yeah.
Did a lot over the summertime. One of the cool stories I have from the Marine Corps, though, is we were off ship in the ocean off the California coast. Couldn't see California. We were way out. And we were out for a few weeks doing some maneuvers and training. Got ready to come back. and I was an LVS operator, 3531, 3533. And so I was an LVS fifth 5-ton truck operator.
Okay.
And got ready to go back on shore, and they looked at me and they're like, why aren't you getting on the boats or anything? I was like, well, I have my 5-ton truck right there. I can't do anything with it. It's not going to float. So
you don't need a 5-ton truck on a boat.
They took a hovercraft.
What?
Put my 5-ton truck on top of the hovercraft. I'm sitting in the cab of my 5-ton truck. We disembark off this ship into the water, and we go scooting toward the land, toward the beach. It was the scariest, most excited thing I had ever done up until that point.
That is awesome.
Yeah, it was like one of those memories. Got up on the beach and realized the captain disembarked his Humvee a little bit too soon, and it was halfway in the water, halfway sticking out. So that was the first thing I got to fish out as a 5-ton.
Oh,
LVS
you got to use your LVS operator to pull the Humvee out, huh?
Yep. Breaker operator. Yeah.
That's awesome. That's cool. So did you do 20 in the Marine Corps? And
no, did 6 in the Marine Corps.
Okay.
And then got out from there. That's one of those things where, gosh, should I have done my 20? Maybe not. Looking back on it, I think I probably should have. But when I got out in 2000, of course, 9/11 happened the next year. And so did I catch a good break from that? Because I would have been still a record operator, truck driver at that time.
Yeah, that's not the place to be driving a vehicle.
I would have been overseas, I'm sure.
Yeah.
Actually, from my unit, there were a couple guys that left that didn't come back from there. So it's one of those things where maybe I caught a break, maybe not.
I think anytime you can avoid going to war, you should avoid going to war.
Yeah.
Wow. All right, so you get out of the Marine Corps. Well, and you said you were.
So got out the Marine Corps, got out of college about the same year.
And what was your degree in?
Degree is in marketing. So business degree, emphasis in marketing.
Okay.
Before that, though, I was a nursing major.
Oh.
So I was like, something happened in nursing school where it kind of just turned me away from it.
All right.
But then I went into business marketing. I thought, well, maybe I can fuse the two. Some nursing, something business-wise, but ended up going to work at Osco Drug.
Oh.
Yeah, before it was CVS.
Yeah.
So that's how I ended up in Kansas City.
Oh, okay.
Because I was in SIFE, Students in Free Enterprise, and we had a program where we were doing our thing in Memphis. They had their international competition here in Kansas City, met some headhunters and whatnot, and ended up coming here. It was either that or maybe work at Walmart in Arkansas or somewhere.
Yeah.
But did not want to get stuck in a country town.
And you're from South Arkansas, right?
From Southeast Arkansas, Pine Bluff, Arkansas. Yep.
And you were describing that earlier to me as almost like a Mississippi.
It's kind of the start of the Mississippi Delta. There's also there's a bayou right outside of Pine Bluff called Lancafa Bayou, and it's like the world's largest bayou. It runs south all the way into Louisiana.
Oh, okay.
But yeah, Pine Bluff is where I born and raised and grew up. A lot of purple hull pea picking, some cotton fields, some rice fields, but it's very flat, flat.
Gotcha.
And so that's part of the whole Mississippi Delta region there.
And how many siblings?
So there were 8 of us. There's 5 of us now.
Okay.
Yeah. 4 boys, 4 girls.
Okay. And how many of you own your own business?
None. Well, my older brother owned his for a little bit. He the one got me into box trucking.
Oh, okay. Yeah. Because you have a number of things going on.
Yeah,
so let's hit them real quick.
All right. So insurance.
Yep.
Box trucks, travel business or travel agency. Yep. I'm also doing some stuff with Medicare as a Medicare rep as well. And that's I think that's about it.
That's pretty good.
Yeah. So I guess, that's about it. Nothing else to
So So your brother was more entrepreneurially minded earlier, or
It was later.
Later.
It was later, and he was only stuck around for maybe a year or two.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so he wasn't into it very much. But my parents were very entrepreneurial.
Okay.
So my mom was a stay-at-home mom.
All right.
But the house that we grew up in was actually a daycare center that she owned.
Oh, okay.
Before then. We moved into that house. I think I was like 6 or 7 years old. But before that, I would go there as a kid and stay there as part of her daycare center that she owned. My dad and mom also owned a fish market in Pine Bluff. Some of the best catfish and bass you could eat.
Oh, yeah.
Later on, they turned that fish market into like the neighborhood candy store.
Okay.
So they had that going on. And up until I got out of high school, my dad also had a shuttle service where he took people from the community college out into the residential rural areas, and he would shuttle people. He had a contract basically with the community college, and shuttle people around up until the time he passed away, which I was 15 at the time. And so, you know, kind of what Elijah was talking about was one of those things where my dad passed away, and I was like, man.
How old were you?
15.
Oh, geez.
I was mad at the whole world.
Yeah.
But looking back on it now, I wonder, was I okay with it happening at 15, or would I have been better off if he had passed now? You know, what kind of relationship would it have been, type of thing.
Yeah.
So never know, but that's always a sticker in my mind.
Yeah.
But my dad and mom were definitely entrepreneurial growing up, and I think that's where I got it from.
That's pretty cool.
Yeah. And so always wanted to own my own business, but the question always comes to play is how? How do people start their own business? How do people make that leap? How do they bet on themselves to do something? So,
and so just to know, you're literally speaking to the heart of what the point of this podcast is about.
Okay.
I am trying to build a library of people's experiences where they answer these questions.
Okay.
Right. And more importantly, get into the different things that the challenges that arise, right? Like a lot of times be careful what you wish for, right?
Right.
So you were 45.
45.
And who were you working for at that point in time?
I was working for GEHA.
Oh, for real?
Yeah, for real.
I've always tried to figure out why a government health care company needs to advertise.
But it's not government.
I thought that's what it stood for.
It stands for Government Employees Health Association, but it's a subcontractor. It's not actually part of the government.
Well, but do you have to be a government employee to have it?
Yeah, you do have to be a government employee to have their benefits.
Yeah.
Like
so it's like when they're naming the GEHA field,
right?
They're spending a ton of money to get in front of my eyeballs, and I can't go get their services, right?
You can't, but other service members can. So service members, you're in the Marine Corps or in the Army.
I was not man enough.
Yeah, but you had.
I'll put that out there right now.
But you had TRICARE, there's Connection Dental, there's other options that you can go to.
Yeah.
So them getting GHA field was just to say, hey, we're an option.
Gotcha.
You can do Humana, whatever they offered, or Cigna, whatever they offered. So
it's not like you're automatically funned into them. They got to earn your business.
Right. They still have to earn your business. So.
All right. I always thought that was one of the weirdest sponsorship things. It'd be like Social Security sponsoring them. That's what I thought it was like. It's like they don't need to advertise. It's the freaking government.
Yeah. No, they still have to earn your business because they have, especially when it comes to dental products.
Okay.
Which is one of the things that I did with them. But I'll tell you the straw that broke the camel's back for me was I was at GEHA. I applied for 15 different positions there.
Okay.
Got none of them.
Wow.
Not one.
Okay.
But GEHA at that time was predominantly female.
Okay.
Right. Predominantly white female.
Okay.
And when you are interviewing with 13 different white female supervisors who have primarily all white female teams, are they going to let a black guy on their team? Especially when he's 6'4". I mean, what are the odds, right? And we're talking about bias of, whatever kind it is.
Well, so what's interesting is I literally just saw it was a poll or something on CNN talking about how white women care more about race than blacks or Hispanics do. There was a number of different questions they asked them, and white women pinged it out, and they cared more than on every question. White liberal women cared more than black or Hispanics, and I just thought that was really interesting. But then you have an opportunity for 15 of them, most likely. I'm not saying they're all liberal, but 15 white women to actually put into practice the things they espouse.
Yeah.
And every one of them deny you.
Yeah. And so then that comes to the question, if not now, when?
Yeah.
How much longer am I going to subject
letting
myself?
people box you out?
Yeah. And so my brother said, you know what, let's do something with box trucks. I was like, But at GHA at the time, they were getting rid of their pension and they were letting everybody just cash out their pension, either roll it over or something like that. And I said, this is a nice sum of money.
Yeah.
By GHA. I can do bad all by myself.
Yeah.
To quote a good movie, or I don't know if it's a good movie, but
Yeah.
And that forced me or gave me the opportunity, I guess I would say, to do my own thing and be my own boss.
That's awesome.
I thank him for that.
So racism's good.
Racism is good from that point. If it's going to force you to do your own thing and bet on yourself, yes.
Right?
But I ended up in insurance by happenstance.
Okay.
I was at, I told you I was at Osco Drug. I was there for about 3 or 4 years. I was looking for something different. I was going to church with a State Farm agent.
Oh, okay.
And he was looking for somebody in his office. I was looking to get away from retail and got licensed and started working with him. So that's how I ended up in the insurance world back in 2003, I believe.
Okay. And
been in it just about ever since. Went from State Farm over to Blue Cross for a number of years.
All right.
And then GEHA, and now I'm doing P&C for myself.
And so is that's your primary focus?
Primary focus, right,
Okay.
P&C.
And are you a one-man show?
So I'm a one-man show. I'm looking to hire and bring on a young lady now.
Okay.
Goosehead, they kind of separated out sales and service. So if you need like ID cards or a deck page or something, you can call an 800 number and you can get all of that.
Okay.
Whereas I can be left up to focus on actual sales and bringing in business, writing policies, things like that. But the actual service and maintenance of the policies, they can do on my behalf.
All right.
And so that's the piece that allows me to build up and ramp up the business and allows you to have more policies for yourself.
Absolutely.
Versus if you were at a State Farm or American Family or something like that, you got to do the sales and the service all in-house for yourself. Yeah.
So what's prevented you or kept you or caused you to hesitate or wait to hire somebody and bring them on board?
I would say fear.
Okay.
Fear of doing it right, hiring the right person.
Oh, okay. All right.
I think some of it is just personality too. Do I want to deal with more people? I already deal with enough people as far as my clientele. Now I got to deal with somebody else personally that I'm hiring and got to fire, and you want time off and this and that.
Yeah.
So some of it's been
they get pregnant.
Right.
Then it turns out it's yours.
Yeah. So I would say just fear of doing it right, getting the right person is, and then, can I afford it? Right.
Yeah.
It's one thing when you work for yourself doing your thing. Yeah, you can afford you.
Yes.
But can you afford somebody else? And what if they don't produce? You still got to pay them.
Yep.
And so making sure that
so
person.
Is this person that you're wanting to hire going to be another producer, or is it going to be like your assistant?
It'll be another producer. It'll be another me.
Okay.
Yeah. I don't need an assistant. I got service team with Goosehead to do that.
Gotcha.
But yeah, I would definitely be hiring another me to hit the pavement, bring in some bacon.
Now, did anybody pay you to go do that when you were starting off?
No.
So why would you pay someone else to do it starting off?
Because that's what they, that's a good question.
I mean, there might be a reason. I'm not saying you shouldn't,
I think the reason is because that's what they're expecting.
but you didn't.
I wasn't expecting it either.
So why were you not expecting it, but you think they're gonna?
I wasn't expecting it because I knew the rules going into the game.
Okay.
So when I got my lump sum from GHA, I knew it was sink or swim.
Okay.
I was either going to be successful or I was going to fail and get a W-2 job somewhere.
Yeah.
But when you got people coming to you, wanting to work with you, work for you, whatever you want to term it, I like the term working with me because hopefully we all have the same goals in mind.
Yep.
One of the hesitations that they have is, can I produce? Can I make it? And a lot of times they don't have a lump sum or can't go 3, 4, 5 months,
Yep.
living off of savings until they get themselves ramped up to where they want to be.
So let me ask you a question, and don't get into any specifics, but how much of your lump sum did you have left by the time you started producing and making money as an agent? Half, 75%, 25%, 10%, none?
I probably had about half of it left.
Oh, wow. Okay. You're a rare bird.
Yeah, I probably had half left. And I'm grateful because I have a wife and she could support a lot of the house as well. And so I just needed to give her, like, I guess my portion per se.
Yep.
I needed to give her what I left.
Yeah.
And that took me to what I needed it to be. So it took me about 6, 7 months.
Okay.
To make sure that she can get still the monthly amount that I was bringing home.
Yeah.
And that's a good thing about 1099, right? To get everything before taxes.
Yep.
And so even if it doesn't seem like it's a lot, you know.
Yeah, you get it deduct out on the taxes and not paying anything.
Yeah, if you're making 50 grand, you're really only bringing home what, 3,000 after they take out everything.
Yep.
Versus 48 or whatever. And so if I could still give her the portion that she needed and the house is taken care of and the lights stay on, I'm good.
Yeah. But a lot of people will burn all that money they're sitting on.
Shoot, can't burn nothing. I couldn't anyway. I was too scared.
Okay.
I was too scared to burn the money and too scared to fail.
I think that's a fantastic combination right there.
Yeah.
That's using fear to benefit you, right?
Yeah. So, but it's worked out. I've made more money with Goosehead than I ever have. And
Okay.
so it's allowed me to buy her some things and, pay cash for a lot of stuff that probably would have went on a credit card.
Yeah.
And just.
That's awesome.
It's been
Congrats. Good. Yeah. So what was your biggest challenge getting your business up and off the ground?
I think the biggest challenge was understanding the time commitment.
Okay.
I don't think a lot of people realize when you go into a W-2 job and you're working 8 to 5, it's established.
Yeah.
It's been there 10, 15, 50, 100 years.
Yep.
Starting your own business? Come on, man. We're talking 70, 80 hours a week.
Yeah.
Weekends.
Yeah.
Sundays.
Yeah. No, there ain't no time off.
You shooting text messages in the middle of church and saying amen. Amen, preacher. Oh, yeah, I'll get that for you right now. So I really didn't think I understood the time commitment that it takes and knowing that there is no more vacation time.
Yep.
I'm on the beach in Grenada with my laptop answering emails.
Yep. Absolutely.
I'm on the beach, but I'm still answering emails.
Yeah,
right?
Exactly. Yeah. And so it kind of, which is nice, but at the same time, it takes away part of the enjoyment of a vacation.
It does. And it takes
you
away.
can't just be on vacation.
It's almost like graduating high school and realizing there's no more summertime.
Yeah, that's right. You don't get 2 months off.
There's no more summertime, no more Christmas break, Thanksgiving break.
No. Welcome to adulthood.
Right. But at the same time, man, the freedom. I can go to my nephew's volleyball game, wrestling match anytime I want. I can be here with you. I can't do this on a W-2 job.
No, yeah, right.
Yeah. My boss is like, you want where? To
Yeah.
do what?
Do what?
So the freedom to come and go as you want. And, with insurance, I got my laptop, I got my phone, I can hotspot, I can work from anywhere. I don't have to ask for any vacation. time or anything.
Yeah.
I can be in Colorado as long as I'm answering everything on Central Standard Time. No one knows I'm even gone.
That's awesome.
So that's the biggest part about it, is it just that freedom. But there is that time commitment of getting yourself up and going. Yeah.
How long had you been married by the time you decided to go start this?
27 years.
You'd been married for 27
Married
years?
for 27 years. Well, been married 27 years, known her for 31?
Oh, wow.
30? So we met in 94 and got married in 98.
Wow.
Yeah.
All right. So what was her reaction to you quitting your job and becoming your own man, so to speak?
Well, she know I always wanted to do something my own. She was okay with me quitting my job because she knew I had a little lump sum.
Okay, all right, that helped.
Yeah, it helped to make the conversation a lot easier with her to say, all right, I'm going to give you what I was missing so that, nothing's lacking. You can keep your cable TV.
Yeah. We're not having to implement austerity measures.
Keep your Amazon subscription. No beans and rice for you.
Yeah.
So that made it a lot easier to do. And so her reaction was more or less, just don't fail. But if you get to a point where you think you're going to fail, you need to start looking for a job.
Yeah.
Because we not giving up nothing, and I'm going to get a car at some point that's new. And so, yeah. But she's been supportive, been behind me all the way. She's never complained about the hours or anything like that, which I'm grateful for.
Because a lot of times that's a huge sticking point.
Yeah,
they don't like it when you're on your phone in church.
No, definitely not. But, and even, gosh, wake up at 5 o'clock, get out the house by 6, come back home at 7 at night.
Yeah.
It's just more or less, hey, your dinner's ready on the table or it's hot for you. It's not where you been all day.
That's awesome.
What you've been talking to.
That's
like
a good woman. So. That's a real good one. No wonder you've been with her for so long.
Yeah, she's great.
Yeah. So, I don't want to spend too much time on it, but I do want to acknowledge it and talk about it a little bit.
Okay.
You'd mentioned to me earlier, we met through the ACA, the business club.
Yes.
And you had mentioned how there weren't very many people that looked like you there, right?
Very low diversity.
Yeah. And you're our very first African-American
in the backseat
baller.
I'm the first black man in the backseat.
You're the first.
They got heat warmers, guys. Heat warmers. It's a nice leather car. And I said when I got in here, leather in the back, you got to have heat warmers, man.
And you have a burled walnut tray table. You can see it on the seat in front of you.
Oh, yeah.
That'll drop down. You can put your computer there and do some work while Whitey drives you around to appointments.
Home, James. Dude, that's nice.
Yeah, right.
Now all you need is a cooler.
Yeah, it does need a cooler, doesn't it?
Yeah,
some champagne bottles back there.
Yeah.
But and so you start off, and would you say the majority of your clientele are all black?
I honestly don't know. I would say the majority are black because I deal with a lot of black loan officers and real estate agents.
Oh, okay.
So
is that like the network you built to get referrals?
Yeah. So with Goosehead, I don't know why I keep saying GHA, but with Goosehead, they teach you to use your network of loan officers and real estate agents to build your business, because those are the people that are, on the front lines of people buying homes. Obviously, those people that's buying homes, they need insurance. Who do you go to? Well, you should talk to my friend Dewayne.
Yeah.
Right. I did not realize and understand the depth of racism in Kansas City.
Yeah. Well,
and so when I heard go after loan officers and real estate agents, I just thought anybody. I didn't initially think, that's black folk.
Yeah.
No.
Yeah. They missed the qualifier on the
right. And so I went after anybody.
Yeah.
I went after white loan officers, white real estate agents, black loan officers, black real estate agents.
Yeah.
I did notice that some of the white loan officers that I went after, all they gave me was lip service. Yes, I'll do business with you. Yes, I'll talk to you. Yes, we can have lunch, and we did have some lunches. but there was no business that came from any of it.
Gotcha.
Look up 3-4 months later, they're working with the white Goosehead agent.
No way.
What's wrong with it? So my question now is, how is it you're working with this white Goosehead agent, but not me?
Yeah.
And I met you before you met them.
Yeah.
What's wrong here?
Yeah.
And the thing with Goosehead is you can see when you go over someone's name, who they're working with and how many referrals you sent them and when and things like that. And so that put the pieces together for me. And so then my thought process changed. But let me get in front of it, because if the black real estate agent is sending you, white loan officer man, business, and you're going to send it to the white agent versus me, then I need to get in the middle of that transaction and go to the black real estate agent and get business from there.
Yep.
And so that's what I did, and that's how I built it up.
That's smart, man.
Yeah. But it caught me totally off guard. I just didn't think about it. I don't know if because I'm a racist person. I think everybody's a racist person to some degree. We all have our biases. We have people we like, things like that.
I think a lot of times it's hardwired into us.
Yeah. But it wasn't definitely I'm not going to talk to you because you're a white loan officer. I know you're going to do me wrong type of thing. Yeah. It was you're a loan officer. I need business. You're a man. I'm a man. Let's talk. Let's do business.
Yeah, right.
It was just that simple. And maybe I was just naive or just didn't see exactly what was in store for me.
I think when something like that catches you off guard, it just means you're correct. Mm-hmm. It just means you're the way people should be.
Right.
Which is, I think that stuff should catch us off guard. It should not be like everybody going into every situation thinking the worst about humanity, right?
Right.
But if you have it thrown in your face often enough, eventually you're going to realize you're going to, it's just going to become part of your screening process, right?
Yeah, and then there's some white loan officers that I work with very well. I mean, there's even some that I work with that are in the same office as the people that said they would work with me, but don't. And it's just like, okay. Well, at least you bought me lunch and I didn't have to pay for it myself. So. But again, it's just one of those things where I guess they're not honest and straightforward enough just to say, I don't want to work with you.
Yeah.
I don't even have to have a reason.
Yeah.
Either I don't want to work with you or I'm working with someone else.
Yeah.
Or I'll put you on the list. I already got 2 people on. Make up something. But I can do without we'll work together, this and that, and nothing happens.
Yeah, just stringing along, wasting your time.
Yeah.
Yeah. So. No, I've always felt that I'd rather somebody be open about their biases than hide them, because I'd rather know what I'm dealing with.
Definitely. Definitely.
So an assumption that I would make, hearing you explain how just you felt like maybe you were just naive because you didn't realize that this was going to be a problem. An assumption I'd make hearing that is, did you not experience that in your personal life?
I did. As a kid, I experienced it in my personal life.
Down in southern Arkansas?
Even in southern Arkansas. I experienced it, but I don't know if as an adult, I wanted it to not be that way.
Yeah.
And even still now, I know the way Kansas City and even the world works, but I can't think that people are just like that. Not everybody anyway. So I still walk into a room genuinely thinking you're going to treat people like people just because they're people.
Right.
Not because somebody has a little more pigment than another.
Yeah.
And so I still want to believe that good people exist and that they can see through whatever it is that you have on and see you as an actual person.
Yeah.
And you can have so many better conversations and have so many better outcomes if, you just treat people like people.
Absolutely.
And acknowledge the truth that people have biases. I can get that. That's why the cheerleading squad is mostly women. Because, some of these guys they're just there to throw women up in the air and catch them. That's it.
That's their role.
They're not actually cheering.
No.
Not like they're not doing a lot of what the women are doing.
Mm-mm.
So, everybody has a role. But, I just wanted to believe that, kind of like we were talking about ACA, walk in the room at ACA, like I said, I'm 6'4". Average person is, 5'7", 5'8", whatever. You can still see over the top of everybody and the top of their heads and everything else.
Yeah. You get a real quick view of the lay of the land.
Yeah. And when I'm standing there and I'm the only person that's non-white in the room, everybody's talking, but no one's talking to me.
Yeah.
It's like, you kind of feel a little awkward.
Yeah.
But at the same time, it's like, well, maybe I should just go and talk to somebody.
Yeah.
So maybe there's a familiar face that I can find. Sometimes there's not.
Yeah.
And you kind of stand there and make conversation with somebody. But a lot of times you feel like you want to just turn around and leave.
Yeah, absolutely. So, okay. So I want to go, actually, I want to talk about this more than I thought I did.
Okay.
If that's all right.
Yeah, that's cool.
So did your parents as a kid, like, have conversations with you about what life was going to be like in a white person's world, so to speak?
I'll say no.
Okay.
I don't.
I actually think that's really cool.
My dad died when I was 15.
Okay.
My mom was born in 1940.
Okay.
And if you know that generation of people, depending on who you are, you either talked about it or you didn't talk about it.
Okay. She was a didn't.
She was a didn't talk about it. And, my parents, they always taught me to, treat people with respect, things of that nature. My dad was a little more different. He would always tell me, I'm not going to be here all the time. I'm not going to be able to hold your hand on everything. But you just remember, if somebody lay their hand on you, you pick up something, you lay them out. He said, man or woman. Even if it's a woman, lay her out.
All right.
Like, hit a woman? It's like, yes.
He was about equality before equality was cool.
Yeah. And, it was one of those things where if she's really putting her hands on you like that,
yeah.
Why? Well, what gave her the reason and the right to do that?
Yeah. I mean, nobody has a right to do that, no matter what they are.
Yeah. And, no man has a right to put his hands on a woman or vice versa. But
today you can always claim, too, you don't even know what a woman is anymore. So how did I know not to hit her? You can't tell me you can't even begin to tell me what she is.
Right.
How can you tell me I shouldn't hit her?
Right. And so I definitely got that lesson from him. And even growing up then, Pine Bluff was like 63,000 people. And I think it was probably 50% black at the time or so, maybe a little bit more. There was a section called Watson Chapel in Whitehall, which Whitehall speaks for itself.
Yeah.
Watson Chapel was predominantly white, but it was more of the suburban part around Pine Bluff at the time, if you can consider it suburban. But I didn't hang out in those two places much. It was mostly me and my friends in our street and neighborhood, which was primarily black people. Yeah. So, but when I graduated high school, I made up in my mind that I did not want to go to UAPB, which is a HBCU. Yeah. And the reason I didn't want to go was, one, all the other high school kids was going there and I was tired of seeing their faces. And two, I knew I needed to experience more than just there. Yeah. I needed more diversity in my life. I needed the Indian kids that's going to walk around in sandals in the middle of the wintertime.
That's right. That's right.
And try to figure out what that's all about.
It gets you introduced to some butter chicken.
Yeah. And I needed more white people around me because I already knew that the blacks only made up about 13 to 15% of the population. Yep. So no matter where you go, you're still going to be 1 out of 10. Yep. And so growing up in Pine Bluff, it was more like, 1 out of 5 or 1 out of 4. Yeah. And so I definitely wanted more diversity in my life just so I would be able to deal with those circumstances.
Yeah. But that's smart thinking, especially at that age.
Yeah. So, which I think has probably led me to the Marine Corps and things like that. So
yeah, that's really cool. Huh. So you're about to start the process of hiring somebody.
Yes. White lady.
A white lady.
Yes.
So you've already been interviewed her.
I already interviewed her.
Okay. Seems to be, I mean, you wouldn't be hiring her if you didn't think it was going to be a good fit.
Yeah, she's already licensed. I've had some people that I've thought about interviewing and thought about bringing on board. They were not licensed, and they said they would get licensed, but they haven't gotten licensed.
Yeah, isn't that funny?
Yeah. And this young lady, she's already licensed. She's working at State Farm, actually, and is looking to leave and move on.
Okay.
And so we've had some conversations around insurance, what that looks like, and actually looking at probably bringing her on as a 1099.
Oh, good for you.
Yeah, so that she can get all of her money. We'll split commissions and talk about what it looks like to not even have a salary per se.
That's smart.
Maybe a 6-month drawdown or something like that. Because again, she needs to be able to pay her way.
Absolutely.
Plus, being 1099, it's unlimited income for you as long as you apply yourself. And you know, some of it's some lucky breaks, but I
do think luck comes into everything, but but it's always interesting the people that claim they have bad luck.
I don't believe in bad luck.
You know,
I mean, either you were set up or it just didn't go your way.
Yeah,
I wouldn't say bad luck. But even with her, I wish she was bilingual. But also, I know that there's some rooms that she'll get in, people she'll talk to that I won't be able to.
Yeah,
I've realized that too. So that's one of the primary reasons I would hire her as a white lady. So.
All right. You know, I want to, we're going to pop in, have some lunch and grub, come back out here.
Okay.
And I want to explore part of this with you.
Okay.
About how do you, well, I guess it's a 2-part question. Can a lot of times what appears to be racism be more like culturalism?
Yeah.
And if that's even possible for that to be the case, how do you differentiate where it's like a clash of cultures or an inability for cultures to truly fit together, and where it's no longer a difference in culture and becomes racism?
Yeah.
Right.
Colorism.
Colorism. What would that be?
Well,
culturalism.
Yep, culturalism as well as probably colorism as well.
Okay.
So colorism is basically people of the same ethnicity and how they treat each other based off of their pigmentation. You know, even in the white culture, you know, the redhead with the pale skin.
Oh, they're. I mean, there's a joke about if you rearrange the letters of ginger, what do you get?
I don't know.
The N-word.
Oh, yeah.
It's the same letters. And they get treated pretty poorly.
Yeah. So, and even I think in some parts of South Africa, depending on your pigmentation there, even though they're all pretty much the same, they get treated differently. And even in the Hispanic culture,
it's the whole world.
Yeah,
I've lived all over the world.
Yeah,
my stepdad's 25% Japanese. His mother's 50%.
Okay.
She will go through the entire Asian population and tell you who's the dirtiest, filthiest, lowest of the barrel. I mean, she had blatant racism towards Koreans, towards Hmongs, towards the Chinese.
Right.
The Japanese in her mind are the aristocratic Asians, and everyone else is like somewhere down this pecking order, right? I've obviously not going to have had a lot of experience with it, but I've always heard about black people and the lighter skinned black people and darker skinned and all that kind of stuff, right?
That's a thing.
Well, yeah, right. And so,
if you let it be a thing, I guess.
I mean, yeah, right. And so, but then I find more like one of my favorite people in the world is a real estate agent. She lives in Lee's Summit, but she comes from a culture that's hard for me. As much as I want to help her, it's hard for me to bring her into some of my clients. And I don't even know if that's culture. It's like uppity judge. And I'm not trying to show my clients either on camera, but like one of my favorite things about this real estate agent, she brings her daughter with her. Well, I have clients that if you do that, if you don't show up looking prim and proper in all business,
Right.
they now have a negative view of what you're doing, even though I see her bringing her daughter as this incredible thing.
Teaching
right?
her daughter some lessons.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Right. And so sometimes I wonder, like, how much is just our cultures being incompatible with each other to a certain extent?
I can see that.
And how much of it is actually racism? I'd like to, if you're down when we get back.
Yes, sir.
Let's go get a burger.
You know they're gonna tell their friends, he opened the door for that guy. He was on that car.
Exactly. Gotta make you look like a baller. Shot collar. 20-inch rims on my something Impala.
I've never been to LA. I've been through it just in the airport, but never really like been.
I heard it's a really good place to visit if you don't have a house.
Yeah, I would think so. Property tax alone.
Yeah. Did you see we did a whole story on one of my podcasts, it's a different one than this, but about how Sam Darnold, he was paid $270-something thousand for playing in the Super Bowl.
Really?
And owed California almost $500,000 in taxes.
Dang.
So he actually had to pay more in taxes than he made.
He should have talked to Jeff and see what Jeff could work out for him.
Right.
Bezos ain't paid nothing.
Yeah, but California has, and I guess every state almost has these taxes where for every day you're there,
right,
you owe a portion of your annual income. So, all right. So actually, I'm going to go a different route than what I was thinking of. So what's next for you, right? So you got this box truck business. You've got your first other agent coming on.
Mm-hmm. What's next?
Yeah, like what's your goals? What are you trying to like? What are you gonna?
The goal is to scale up.
Okay.
Remove myself. Let the business run itself. I think that's probably the ultimate goal for a lot of business owners.
Yeah,
I guess depending on how much you really just like working, but
yeah,
you get to a certain age where you want to be able to trust people to do what's right and run the business and support themselves as well as support me make money as well. So that would probably be the next step.
So how are you going to accomplish that goal?
Yeah, that's the $1 million question. Well, I'm hiring someone for my insurance business.
Okay.
And so that hopefully will free me up as well as give that person an income to do some great things.
Okay.
For my trucking business, I just submitted in 4 people to run those trucks and get certified and pass their background checks and stuff like that. So if I can get them all great, then they can run the truck and I don't have to be on the truck. And then for the box trucking with the dispatch, there's a young lady that I've been talking to. She's actually a realtor.
Oh,
matter of fact. And she's been on the text messages, learning some things about box trucking and can hopefully help me with some of that dispatching thing. Because I like insurance and I like to focus more on that. So hopefully with her doing that, we can scale up as well and just kind of keep going from there.
Do you have an idea in mind of what you want this insurance shop to look like?
I want the insurance shop to be probably a 2,000 square foot room.
Okay.
With maybe 5 to 10 agents in it.
Like an open floor kind of
like
deal?
Open floor kind of thing.
Like a sales pit.
Maybe even, kind of like a sales pit, but on a more kinder side.
Yeah. Not a boiler room.
Yeah, definitely not a boiler room. But at the same time,
like a hot yoga room.
Yes. Make it sexy, baby.
Yeah.
So that's what I kind of figured, like maybe 2,000 square feet, maybe some small little offices around, kind of like as big as like those WeWork type places.
Yeah.
Where agents can come in, have some place to sit, because they can also work from home as well, right? But you come in, you do your work, you collaborate, and have a good time, and sell and make a good living that way.
Yeah.
I like to see my box truck do the same thing. The end goal on the box truck would be You got 10 or 12 different trucks going. Maybe you have a mechanic, two base shop or something. Just kind of doing a thing, fixing on some trucks, running routes. And
Now,
maybe
do you do long haul, or do you try to stay within a certain
I like to
area?
stay in the 4-state area. Missouri, Kansas, Illinois, Iowa, Nebraska type thing.
All right.
I don't know that I want to go too far out because the laws out there is just squirrely.
Yeah.
You know, depending on where you are, what way station you come across, things like that. And then even if you go too far out and people are in trouble, then there's that much further they have to get to them and things like that.
Try and help.
So that's long term what it would look like. I figure maybe 3 to 5 years.
All right. So what would you say has been your biggest challenge since you quit your W-2? And
I would say the biggest challenge, man, growing. Not really for myself, but box trucks. I've been through a whole lot of people.
Okay.
I didn't realize how much turnover there is.
Gotcha.
And how much you have to keep hiring and keep doing. And you find somebody good, and it's kind of like the Super Bowl. They win, and all of a sudden they want to get paid more.
Yeah.
There's not really much more to pay you because there's only a finite amount you're going to make.
Yeah.
And then with insurance, I just need to grow. I just need to hire somebody. I haven't really wanted to, just because I didn't want to deal with people.
Yeah.
But I want to because, man, having to do it all and not really having vacation time and stuff gets old very quickly. Right. You know, I think it has a lot to do with age. You know, when you're younger, I feel like you can conquer the world and do a lot by yourself.
Yep.
But as you get older, you get more tired. You realize that you're either gonna quit or you need to bring somebody along to help you keep this thing going.
So when you went to State Farm, was that a conscious decision? Did you explore different options, look at the pros and cons, and about what you were going to get into in regards to selling something, and specifically chose, I want to go sell insurance for X, Y, or Z reasons?
I did not. I applied probably in some other positions, but I didn't do a T-chart of pros and cons on it. I knew that this guy, I trusted him. We went to church together. He was going to pay me a W-2 salary to sell insurance. And I figured, hey, it was as much as I was making now, a little bit more. Why not? I mean, can't do any worse.
Right.
And the concept of commission, unlimited salary, and even residual income never came into play.
Really?
I honestly didn't know anything about it, and he really didn't share anything about it.
That's wild. That's the whole point of the game.
That is the point. But I was salary as well. And I think some of the reason he didn't share everything about it was maybe he didn't think I was going to work out. So why even talk about commissions if you're only going to be around for a year?
Yeah.
I was there almost 5.
Yeah, wow.
You know, and so after really understanding commissions, residual income, and those possibilities, that's when I really got on board with when Goosehead came calling and looking for an agent. It's like, yeah, I'm in. I can do this.
Yeah, so you had built up a book of business over 5 years at State Farm and walked away from it?
Yep.
Wow.
Well, it wasn't my book of business. It was his. Because he was the agent.
Were you getting commissions off of it? Residual or not?
I was not.
And
so that's what I'm saying.
So there was no reason for you to stick around?
Not really, no. We didn't really have a conversation about commissions and
that's wild.
Residual incomes and stuff like that.
Okay.
There was no residual income.
Well, that's the whole hook to keep you from doing what you did.
It is.
You missed the boat.
Yeah, I could have still been there.
Yeah. Building his book, but getting a cut.
Yep.
Okay.
So.
Wild. All right. So now let's say you're talking to another guy, he's 40. let's see here. Yeah, let's say he's 40, right? 40, 45, because he's getting out of the service.
Mm-hmm.
Right? But he did his 20.
Right.
What would you tell him? Would you tell him that to go into P&C? What would you tell him not to? Would you tell him like you need to be this kind of a person? Or here's the, what kind of conversation would you have?
I guess it depends on how hungry he is. Because if he's done 20, he has his pension.
Yep.
He'll have that for life.
Yep. That takes a lot of the hunger away, don't it?
Yeah, it takes a lot of the hunger away unless he just really is looking to do something, major.
Yeah.
Right. So, but I guess at the same time, does he want to be under the gun for quotas and things like that? Because you have to sell a certain amount.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah. Whether it's 4,000 a month or 10,000 or whatever it is.
You giving your goal quotas?
I am. Right. The person that I'm hiring will have quotas. They have an amount that they need to sell every month or on average every quarter.
If they don't, what happens?
If they don't, then it's one more step toward out the door.
Gotcha.
I mean, because Goosehead holds me to quotas, I have no choice but to hold them to it.
Okay, all right.
Yeah, I'm held. I know that I need to hit a certain number every month.
Gotcha.
Which is the good and the bad thing about sales and commissions, right? That's stressful.
It is.
And some people can't handle that stress.
It is stressful.
Their phone's not ringing, so what am I going to do?
Yeah. My bills are who sets my quota.
Yeah. But if there was a person coming out of the military, I would tell them it's a great life for unlimited income. If they are okay, I would hope that being in the military, you're okay with the stress of it all.
Right.
You can go toward and target that veteran community if you like, but the possibilities are endless.
Yeah.
Yeah. I guess it depends on how hungry you are too. I mean, because a lot of them will get out and go lazy route.
Yeah.
But at 40, you definitely got 20, 30 more years at least.
Easy, right?
So what are you going to do with all that time?
Yeah.
Make the right decision, young Padawan.
Yeah. 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 Oh, that's awesome.
But even with this girl that I'm looking at hiring, her biggest concern was, I got to go how many months without a paycheck? And so we had the conversation of, I'll give you what you're currently making for a base for at least 6 months.
Okay.
But if you obviously make more, then your commission will override payment on that.
Gotcha.
And it'll just dwindle away after that. So
do you think she seems pretty motivated?
I think she does. She is. She wants to make more. Her current agent isn't paying her anything. And, the possibilities of the commission structure should be good for her. Plus, she would get residual income with me as well.
Oh, good. So you're cutting her in on that.
Yeah. No, I definitely wouldn't leave her out on that. And so that's the other conversation we had was, you can get more up front and less on the back end.
That's what I tell everybody.
Or you can get a little bit less on the front and more on the back end. Yeah. However we want to do it. But once we start it, we can't be flipping back and forth.
Yeah. So I tell all my employees, the more closely you're willing to align your income with mine, the more money I will pay you.
Yep.
So they're like, what does that mean? I'm like, well, I don't get money without bringing money in.
Right.
You can choose not to get paid unless you bring money in. The more you go that route, the bigger the slice of the pie you're going to get.
Right.
Because the more responsibility you're going to carry. But if you want me to carry you, well, then I'm going to scale down that back end piece. And it's funny. I have one employee. They have no problem with nothing on the back end.
Mm-hmm.
They're happy with that.
Mm.
But my personal assistant gets a tiny fraction of her pay as a base and gets 3 times that in overrides.
Okay.
And I think it's funny because usually that's not an assistant. Assistants don't generally align their pay
salary
like that.
or hourly, whatever.
Yeah. Yeah. But she saw early on, no, that's what I want.
Yeah. But that's a mindset too, though, right? How does one person see the vision of that and the other person doesn't?
Right.
And you're having the same conversation.
Exactly.
It's like
conversation.
those kids that grew up in one house, your mom and dad saying the same thing, but one goes out and is a delinquent, and the other was a straight A student.
Yeah.
What the hell happened to you?
Yeah. Same roof, same parents, same value system.
Yeah, but you got a black sheep.
Yeah.
I mean, come on.
Yeah.
So yeah,
and it doesn't even have to be action. It's like you went and you're becoming an entrepreneur.
Mm-hmm.
The rest of your siblings, not so much.
No.
And I think being an entrepreneur is, I don't think people understand what the word entrepreneur even really means, because it's so much more than just a single word, right? It's like you have to be willing to take risk, shoulder responsibility, work long hours, be creative, do 10 different jobs.
Sleepless nights.
Oh my goodness.
And you have to be on time. You can't be procrastinating. You got to do your books. You have to be patient. You have to be on top of things, for lack of a better word.
Like a lot of things, you know?
Yeah. Being an entrepreneur is great. It is great. I mean, 'cause when you think about even America, right?
Yeah.
It was built for people that are entrepreneurs.
Absolutely.
It was built for businesses.
Yes.
It was not built for the W-2 to get rich.
No. And so actually, to bring this conversation kind of full circle, I tell people that all the time, that in America, media and politicians try to divide us by male, female, black, white, gay, straight, furry, non-furry, whatever it is, right?
Yeah.
Ultimately, in my mind, it's W-2s and non-W-2s.
It is, because that's what the unions are doing.
Yeah.
You know, it's because if the big CEOs had their choice, we'd all be 1099.
I think so.
They wouldn't pay no benefits.
No, but think of how much more of your pay you'd get.
You would, because if you look at your paycheck and you see what the value of it is, with the insurance and everything else, I'll take that versus everything else.
Well, yeah. So I just did this. I had an idea. I wanted to see if it was right. I couldn't comprehend, how could a business ever owe taxes?
Right.
A business, we could owe them, but how can we ever pay them? They're not mine. It's not mine to pay.
Right.
If I'm selling burgers and the government taxes me $1 a burger, and I was selling them at $6, well, now I'm selling them at $7.
Right.
That dollar doesn't come out of my pocket.
Nope.
That dollar comes out of consumer's pocket. And so I always find it interesting that in the media, they're always screaming about businesses not paying their fair share of taxes or corporations evading taxes. Like, every dollar that corporation takes in came from you. The higher the taxes on the business, the more you have to pay them. And I'm like, am I wrong about this? So I looked into it. And they said that it's actually, they said some of it does get paid by the consumer, but the majority of it is actually paid by the worker in reduced benefits and reduced pay. And the second largest amount comes from the consumer.
That's interesting.
Yeah. And so, and it went into all the ways that people's pay gets reduced because of the taxes that are on corporations.
Well, I can understand that, because even as an entrepreneur myself, I was talking to my accountant, and he said at some point you're going to have to switch from 1099 to W-2 for your employees as you get larger. And I was like, well, why would I want to do that? He said, well, because it helps with their taxes and stuff like that. And I was just like, but then I got to pay employee taxes. I got to pay 7.5% more.
Yeah.
Why would I want to do that? Because if I have to pay 7.5% more, I'm not going to give them raises, because now I got to pay 7.5% more.
Yep.
And so I can see how
you might not hire as many people. You're not going to pay them as much. And here's a wild one for you.
Yeah.
Go ChatGPT or Grok or whatever, minimum wage.
It's like $7.75 or.
But minimum wage literally creates poverty.
Yeah.
It's one of the wild, like, until you go and you read everything that they talk about that it does. And it was known to do that. They knew it would do that before they ever implemented it. And they talk about how the minute you put a minimum amount I have to pay somebody, you now have made the cost of that labor an amount that person has to exceed in order for me to be able to hire them. I can't bring somebody in who's not worth X amount of dollars anymore and train them and bring them up to the level of where they are. And so you just priced out a ton of people from the workforce.
Right.
And they get all into it. And what was really interesting is it was like literally common knowledge before they implemented a federal minimum wage, that it was literally a creator of poverty. And today they scream about wanting $15, $20 an hour minimum wage, without realizing that the higher they make that minimum wage, the bigger the percentage of the population you price out of ever being hired.
That was I don't know if this is similar to that, but I was listening to KCUR, NPR, and it was talking about how the unemployment rate, the lower it gets, the worse off the economy is.
Yeah.
You need unemployment in order for there to be struggle between people wanting a job.
Yes.
And with that comes the competition.
Yep.
And with that competition comes the lower wage.
Yeah.
Because they're willing to accept it because otherwise they'd be unemployed.
Yep.
And they were really talking about how the lower the unemployment rate got, it's not really a good thing for the company. It's not good to be at zero.
No. Yeah. There needs to be some margin there, right?
Yeah.
No, and so this is one of my favorite things to explore, right? Another fantastic one is price gouging. Price gouging is actually a really good thing.
Yeah.
And they get into how, it's like if the store with all the water didn't price gouge when a hurricane hit, then people would go in there and buy every case there was.
Yeah.
And other people wouldn't get it. But when you price gouge, now they have to budget their money judiciously, and they might only get a couple of cases, just what they need. And there's all sorts of little things like this, but they seem like they're this horrible, opportunistic, evil capitalist person price gouging for water. But it's all part of the natural ebb and flow of the markets and corrections and the ups and downs and all of it. And I find all these things.
They do the same thing with hotels, though.
That they do.
Let the Super Bowl come to the city. See how high the hotel rates get.
That's right. That's right.
Even on the weekends, the rates go up.
And Uber with their surge pricing and all of it, right?
Yeah. It's just opportunistic timing on what people are going to pay.
But if Uber didn't have surge pricing, think of what they wouldn't be able to have enough people on the streets at the highest peak volume when they need more drivers.
Right.
But because they do surge pricing, it pulls more people in willing to drive during those hours to accommodate the people that need them.
Yeah.
So all these things, it's just interesting to me. A lot of things on the surface seem negative until you actually start to explore the cause and the effects, and you find out, well, hey, this might not actually be a negative thing. It might be a natural thing that's required in order to maintain balance. So anyways, well, what geographical region does your property casualty business cover?
State of Missouri and state of Kansas.
State of Missouri, state of Kansas.
The whole border around it. So yeah, I have clients in St. Louis, Kansas City, Topeka, Wichita, Springfield, all over.
Do you feel you bring a unique perspective or something? Like, what would make me want to hire you instead of my current property casualty company?
Well, I mean, I shop between multiple carriers, so that's a good thing, especially if you're with a captive agent right now.
Okay.
Two, gosh, if you're willing to have an honest conversation about your insurance and your habits and your pricing, I'm definitely open to that as well. I mean, there's so many people that'll say, oh, I'm too busy, or they're not going to answer your question. I'll tell you, you don't need to be filing a claim for this. I mean, your deductible's $1,000. Why are we filing a claim for something that's $1,500?
Yeah.
I mean, it doesn't really make sense to do it. You could do it, but I'm just telling you that this claim is going to be out here for 5 years.
Yeah.
And if you ever decide to move, or the next big thing, the really big thing comes, then you could possibly be looking at your insurance being canceled. And now when you got to reshop it with another carrier, you got 2 claims in 5 years. Yeah. What you going to do then? It's going to cost you more in the long run than it would if you just let it be.
Yeah.
You know, I don't think enough agents are having those kinds of conversations with their clients.
Yeah.
To say,
being
call
real,
me first.
Being real with your client.
Yeah. Call me first. let me get one of my guys out there or a roofer or whoever it is to look at it. If it's nothing that's like needed to be done immediately.
Yeah.
And let's see how much it's going to cost first before we just go calling and filing claims and stuff like that. You know, even if you call to suggest something with the insurance company, it's still a $0 claim. And it lasts for 5 years. And some of these carriers, even if you have a $0 claim, they don't want to do business with you.
Yeah.
And so let's just be smarter about home ownership. You got into the house, now let's keep it.
Oh, that's a great sales pitch, buddy. It's like, it should be your tagline. Just keep it real, man. Right? And I do agree with you. I don't think enough have that conversation.
Yeah, I don't think so.
So that's cool. All right. Well, thank you very much for coming and riding along with us today and talk about your life and the things that you've been through. You're welcome. We're gonna jump out of here and go in, and I'm gonna introduce you to Elijah from the I Am Foundation.
Okay.
And on behalf of him and everything else, we just appreciate not only you coming on and sharing the things that you've learned and the decisions you've made in your life and how it's worked out, but we appreciate you supporting the I Am Foundation as well. So
thanks. And I like being your first Black guy, and I hope not to be the last.
I agree with both those statements, and I can't wait to have you out every 10 rides. We have a little get together, and then we're working on putting together an annual gala.
Okay.
And can't wait to have you at those too.
Yes.
All right. Now, this is actually one of my favorite parts of the whole event here is my opportunity to introduce you to Elijah. So Elijah is the founder of the I Am Foundation.
How you doing, Elijah?
So bad, this guy. What's up?
You're supposed to say something.
No. I thought Elliot was going to continue, but either way, yeah, my name is Elijah. I believe I've seen you before. I don't know, you know.
It's been a while.
It's been a long time. Yeah, I run the I Am Foundation, a program to help kids find purpose. But before I go into it, because our viewers already know a little bit about it. Tell us, in business, right? You've been in business for how long?
5 years.
5 years, and I know Elliot Q&A'd you forever, so this is good, all right?
Right.
And what are the 3 challenges that you faced, and how did you overcome? Matter of fact, let's keep it short. Give me 2 challenges you faced, and how did you overcome it?
2 challenges I faced. Well, challenge 1 would be scale.
Okay.
Scaling it and growing it the way that you want. And actually, that's the challenge I'm still facing.
Okay.
I don't know as a small business owner that you ever really get over scale, because challenge number 2 is a part of it. And it's how do you remove yourself and let the business run itself? So that's still the part of I'm challenged with that as well also. And so I don't think there's a way to just be done with the business at all for that. But you want to put your hands in there and have an honest conversation with people about helping you and bringing them on board. And it's just, man, you have to trust people.
For sure.
And finding those people to trust, it's just hard. It's just hard.
Yeah. Entrepreneurship is a key pillar in our program. And
it's actually the pillar that made me want to support you.
Yes. And when I say Elliot supports, okay? He doesn't throw back no punches. He tells you what it is and it's what it is, which is beautiful. But entrepreneurship is that key part. We did a Shark Tank that you seen last episode. But in that, it was an opportunity for kids to just get that real talk. Like, why would we want to invest in you? And then how do you plan on scaling it?
Yeah, how to answer the questions, how to think.
Yeah, think thoroughly and in depth on like a plan.
One of the reasons why we did that and why I like that pillar is, to me, the best thing you can ever do for somebody is equip them with the ability to take control of their life and be rich. And I don't mean rich in spirit or rich in friends or I mean rich.
Yeah. I mean, you go
it
into
solves
business
so
to
many
make money.
problems. Well, yeah, but to me, money solves almost every problem.
It solves a lot of problems. It might not buy happiness, but it'll solve some problems.
But it'll buy all the things that give you happiness.
Everything.
I know. And so when you see these kids and there's so many times in my life where I saw people with a lot less than what I grew up with. And all I wanted to do was pull them out of their environment and bring them to mine and let them see what was possible. And what I love about the I Am Foundation, what Elijah does, is like I watch him work with all these kids and essentially do that.
You know, it reminds me of a conversation I even had this morning before I came here. And the guy called me. He was mad and upset about his bill. And I'm looking at it like, this is crazy. Let me call this insurance company and figure out what happened. And I got back on the phone with him and I started telling him what was going on. He was like, hey, you sound a little frustrated. I was like, no, I'm not frustrated. There's a logical explanation for why your bill is the way it is. I'm just starting from the beginning so you understand how you got to the end that you're at, because you're saying your payment went up to $600. Well, it went up to $600 for all of these particular reasons. And unless you can see that logical explanation, all you do is see the end and you're either happy or you're mad because of what the result is without understanding everything that went into play. And then the second thing is, you're not going to take any responsibility for why it's like this? All these changes, you say you didn't get the email, you didn't get the notices. Well, your changes have been going on for months, and you're just now saying something about it. So can we please at least start from the beginning and say something immediately to help out?
So a few of the pillars in that, which as I said, would love like Elliot's like partnership with it, is the personal and mental development, and then there's the entrepreneurship. So in those pillars, we basically start from the beginning. Like, where are you? Where do you want to go? So you're not only rich in mind, but you're also rich in, like, you know, you could say your entrepreneurship journey. You know what you want to do, how you want to do it, and that's really the Iron Foundation. Our mission is to lead, encourage, and motivate others to see themselves greater than their circumstances, which really is a development of a student's mind for business, a development of their mind for, you know, mental health, and a development so that they can see themselves beyond their circumstances. So we really appreciate your support. Of course, I'm really calm about it because I'm just thinking about all the summer possibilities with Elliot, okay? And the Shark Tank that we're going to do again this time. Yeah, we're going to re-record it, okay? We're going to have our best friend behind the camera. He's going to be there. But we're going to re-record it because business is the biggest part. And honestly, if you could teach business, as Elliot and you could also attest to, you could also teach how to basically reshape your own mind.
You can, because I've made more money doing this than I have at any W-2.
And I would imagine that the changes in your mind came before the money.
Oh, yes.
It does. Because at some point you had to say, if not now, when? Yeah. And I was getting to that point. If not now, when? When does now become now? When does when become now? Whether you have capital or not, you still have to make that first step and do something.
I was driving like on the way here, super motivated.
You can drive?
Oh yeah, I'm only 9, so it's kind of hard. So I'm driving, my mind is racing. I don't know why is it like every time I come to Allify, it's the same thoughts. Like it's like, no, I had to disrupt my limiting beliefs, but to get to a level where right now our program is being pushed through Grandview High School, Ruskin High School. You guys don't know the schools, but it's local into KC. Like all those little mindsets have to be disrupted. And I remember I was at this conference, I was talking to this guy, and he was like, yeah, man, it's a lot of support here and support there. You should do an after school program. And I'm there like, after school program? It's only one of me. That's a limiting mindset. Why are you making yourself the subject when there's so many other people that can help? Yeah. And once that mindset got shifted, it reminded me of the I Am book that you have. I'm like, I can't wait till he lets me read this book, all of it. Single thing in there. But once I disrupted that, it was like, wow, look at it. It's 2026. We have an after school program. We serve over 1,500 kids. The students lead the project. The board assists with all the other financial, obligations. Not that we're the biggest, but we are actually very strategic in it. I'm excited to see where it grows. And that's why I'm thanking you for supporting. And we'll be doing some work together, of course.
Okay. And
he's
so
funny.
How long has you been around?
Yes, the Iron Foundation's been around since 2015. 2015. Yes, 2015. But it incorporated in KC in 2020. Okay. Yep, and it's just keep on, it grows from there.
And how many schools in the area?
So we have 7 schools in the area, including Lawrence, the 2 high schools in Lawrence now, which is super exciting. We're going to talk more. And Emporia.
So I like to teach. Okay. And I like to give some of this education away, some of this knowledge away. I did do a webinar with another organization, and we talked about insurance and things like that. I'd love to be able to come by and
it needs to be a part of the Shark Tank.
Oh yes,
like that,
to have a whole little no deal. That's the main part of it. That's the bread and butter. Yeah, I'm planning for the summer plan.
You got to join us on the Shark Tank Day.
It's cold cut.
We should get one more, so it's the 3 of us competing against each other to buy these kids' businesses.
Got to get John. John or Gabe?
Gabe would be interested.
Gabe. Oh, yeah. Because Gabe is his fencing company, and it's a whole thing.
He's in prison for
fencing, like
Yeah. Oh, no. Like literal whole fencing.
Yeah.
Like in
chain link.
But he did quite a bit of time in prison.
Yeah.
And so that's one of the, not to pull a Gavin Newsom,
No.
but it's one of the cool things about, like, when we had these kids up at my house, one of the girls asked me, she's like, did you get all this from your parents?
Mm-hmm.
And I told her, well, what's interesting is 2025 is the first year in America where the majority of wealth is held by people who didn't earn it and inherited it. But up till 2025, it was not that case. It's just due to baby boomers passing the wealth down. And so then I asked him, I said, how many of you have been arrested and thrown out of school?
Mm-hmm.
And I was the only one that raised my hand. I'm like, okay, well, if I'm the only one that was arrested and thrown out of school, how many people have been arrested 4 times or more? Oh, yeah, I'm the only one that raised my hand. And I was like, I've been evicted 3 times.
Yeah.
I've had my car repoed. I've been arrested multiple times. Like, all of it. No, I didn't get this from my parents.
Yep.
You can be given a lot of privilege in life and still completely F it all up. Right?
Yeah, for sure.
If you want to.
Yeah.
Until you get to the point where you decide you're done doing that, right?
Yeah.
And so it's just an interesting conversation with the kids where it got to open their mind up to the idea that you can screw a lot of shit up and you can still turn it around and fix it.
Absolutely. So I have to say thank you for your investment.
You're welcome.
Changing all this donation charity, your investment into this program. If you're watching this, your investment is also needed to teach more young men, no matter the background, how to be greater, and young women, how to be greater than their circumstances. We love, let me say those words out here. You know what I'm trying to say. We love everybody. Let's say everybody. And invest today. Invest in Backseat Ballers. Invest in the future. Again, it's not a handout, it's a hand up. How do you help someone see themselves greater than their circumstances? And sometimes the struggle is the best process. So thanks.
Always.
Apply pressure. Wait, pressure makes diamonds.
The struggle is always
It's
the
always.
best process.
Experience is the best teacher.
Yes.
Or your worst enemy.
Yes.
Yeah, I guess if you fall, yeah.
Yeah, I fell before.
It'll be experience, though.
No, for sure. Yeah, thank you guys. That's all.
All right.
Okay.
Thanks, Elijah.
Names get remembered in this city for a reason. What you said in that seat, it's part of yours now. And whether they get it or not, Casey heard you. Backseat Ballers, where the ones who built it finally speak.
Would you like to clarify that you went to jail for 4 times for prostitution?
Hey,
Like, it
$20 is $20.
Yeah.
Okay?